Hi everyone, Tim Faulkner here. We've got Giffo and Dan the man. It is Elvis feeding time. Now it's a wonderful day for it. We've got this stormy weather and you'll see in a minute his eyes bulging. He is ready to rock and roll. We're hoping to bring a bit of fun into your living rooms or to your phones at whilst it's challenging times. Elvis has still got to eat, so you can join us. Now what we're going to do to start with is Dan's actually going to swim him, and I'm going to grab one of these cameras. I want to take you right up close and personal, and a few things I'll talk through today is Dan's relationship with Elvis.
Come on.
Feeds him every day, works with him every day, talks to him every day. He's an incredibly dangerous animal, and Dan needs to have that really intimate relationship to be able to work with the croc. 30 seconds? 40 seconds to work with the croc and do it safely. So can I pinch? I'm going to take Facebook, only because more kids have said hello on this than anywhere else. Hi kids. Okay, sorry if you can't hear me too well over there, but you're going to see Elvis, so that's the good news. Now let's go and have a look. Dan, I just note you haven't got a belt on. And what is that thing there, mate?
I forgot my belt. So
He's got cable ties holding it together. Okay, so here comes Elvis. Now we're going to look at a few things with Elvis. Watch how he comes up. I'm going to hide behind this tree. So, as a croc does, he's coming up now, and Elvis doesn't know the water's clear, okay, whether it's dirty water or clear water. He's going to use those features that he's got. So, look, there's not even a ripple on the water where he moves. Okay, he's going to come up, he's going to put both front legs forward, and that means he's in the strike position. Here we go, the right leg's forward, left leg forward, right leg forward, and what we want from him here is a big hit. We want to get him excited. Here he goes. Get ready. Woo! Okay, there you go. Now Elvis will go back in. How are you, mate? How are those undies?
Let me get my breath back.
Okay, Dan's going to talk to Elvis now.
Come on, El. Come on.
And he's going to get him to move. So you watch. Elvis is watching Dan's every move.
So we'll tail walk him now, Tim.
Tail walk him? Okay.
Come on.
So one thing that crocs do in the wild is feed from the water here like we just saw, which is to come up in ambush position at a spot they know their prey come down to drink. They stay under the water, fully submerged. They've got that eyelid where they can see in the water above. They've got great judgment. Another one is crocs jump. They jump for fruit bats or water birds.
Come on.
So Elvis is going to come along. Look how he's swimming here. Again, not a ripple on the water. Such a big animal.
We're going to get to this deep part here.
Going to go to the deep?
Yep. See you tugging that side of that pond there.
Okay, so he knows. Elvis has got a good memory too, really instinctual. He knows exactly what he's doing.
We'll get him now.
This is what Dan sees.
All right, let's give it to him.
Oh, bang!
Wow. Crunch.
Woohoo! Okay, now Dan's got to keep moving. He's actually in contact with Elvis the whole time.
Come on.
And
Come. We'll bring him right out, hey?
yep.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Big juice again.
Okay, here we go.
We'll go one more time.
Yep.
Get him set up. Oh, he's still coming. Come on. That's grass. You don't need
That's
that.
grass, mate.
There we go.
Watch this. Oh, there we go. Well done, mate.
Right, let's get out. Get out. Get
Well
out.
done. Elvis is close to us, so we'll just hop out. That's a really well-trained crocodile. Now, he's not trained in the sense that those aren't tricks. That's really leading towards croc behaviour. Bringing him up to this edge of the pool to ambush attack like they would. Swimming him across where he's going to jump for fruit bats. And bringing him out this end, which has actually made him engage in a bit of exercise. As a reptile, they're quite lazy. He wants to do as little work as possible, and that's how he saves energy. But well done, mate. Well done. I don't know how still I kept that camera on the croc. I was watching Dan, but thanks everyone for joining. Over and out.
All right, Tim, we've got some questions coming in from the audience. Firstly, people want to know, where did Elvis come from?
So Elvis is from the Northern Territory. Now, 50 years ago, a crocodile like Elvis, who was a problem crocodile, would have been shot. And thankfully that doesn't happen. Crocs nearly went extinct in Australia in the 1970s for their skin. And since they've been protected, things changed. Elvis was caught in Darwin Harbour. It's a croc exclusion zone because you've got a lot of interaction with people. Elvis was attacking fishing boats. When they get so big and they become so territorial, they see nothing as a challenge. And the rumble of a motor on a boat was a threat to Elvis, and so he was attacking boats. That's how he ended up with us here. He lives a life. They're very solitary in the wild. Aside from breeding, they live a solitary life. This is his territory. This is his habitat, and he loves it.
Has he ever had a girlfriend?
Elvis had 2 girlfriends. When he went from the wild as a problem croc attacking boats, he spent a bit of time at a crocodile farm. He's a big adult male. And he had a couple of females introduced to him. He ate them. He tore them to pieces. There's a problem with crocs like Elvis, and the problem is that they become testosterone-fueled buffoons. And they do that because, you know, it's 1 in 100 make it past the first 6 months or year of life. It's 1 in 1,000 that get past 10 years. And so a croc like Elvis that has just had an incredible run in the wild and been a really successful crocodile, once they get to that stage, they can really be problematic in terms of girlfriends. So he has had girlfriends, and I tell you, it is something that we regularly discuss about bringing a girlfriend in. This is big enough for them. Our main worry is that he repeats his episode again, and we don't want to put a female croc through that. But it is something that we consider regularly.
We saw him do what we called a tail walk before. How high can he, I guess, jump using that technique?
The crocs can, the smaller the croc, the higher they can jump because there's less mass to get out of the water. Something like a croc like Elvis can almost get his full body length. Now, he's really got to push hard, but his tail is incredibly strong. So you're talking basically until he can get to halfway along his tail on that first big thrust, he can get almost his whole body length out of the water.
How many teeth does he have?
Oh, Elvis has, do you know how many do crocs have?
Anywhere between 64 and 72. He's pretty much got every one.
Okay, so they roughly have between 64 and 72 teeth. And Elvis, he has good dental care. When Elvis came here, one of the things that's noted, and it's always noted by our visitors, is his teeth. He has, I mean, we had an old croc, Eric, a long time ago. Eric, his teeth were nothing like Elvis's. They were quite short, they were blunt. Elvis has got these bone crushers, and I don't know whether that's a little of an individual trait between crocodiles, but he has the best set of teeth you will ever see on a croc. So we're assuming that he has about 70 to 72 teeth.
Does Elvis have a favourite food?
Elvis isn't too fussy when it comes to feed, and it's an interesting question, and thank you for asking it. I just want to tell you something first. Every time a crocodile grabs its prey, it closes its eyes, and they sink into bony sockets. They do that to protect themselves, because if you're going to grab onto a buffalo, the buffalo's got horns and hooves and teeth, it's going to try and bite. So they protect their eyes. I tell you that because every single time Dan feeds him, Elvis closes his eyes. He doesn't know whether he's got the chicken or Dan. We don't mind that because it makes him predictable and we can work with him. But every single time, as far as Elvis is concerned, he just got Dan's hand. Favourite foods in the wild are basically anything that will come to the water's edge. Here he goes. There's half a tonne of croc moving back to the water. His favourite foods here are big, white, fluffy chickens or ducks. He likes the size of them. I think he likes the texture. There's a bit of bone, there's a bit of meat. They're probably quite tasty. And he's certainly particular. If you offer him a fish, he's never as interested as if it's meat. So I would say that here, his favourite foods are duck and chicken.
Okay, and maybe the last question. Could Elvis eat a human?
Could Elvis eat a human? The short answer is absolutely. Elvis is lethal. I have to elaborate on that and say, one of the things is, and it's where we see the death roll in crocodiles, where they grab onto their prey and roll and roll. His stomach is only the size of a basketball, and it can stretch a bit. But he can't possibly swallow me whole. So to answer the question, he can't swallow me whole, but what he can do is kill me very easily, take me underwater. In the wild, he'd stick you under a log underwater, and he does death rolls, and he breaks bits and pieces off. So yes, he can eat us. Yes, he would. We are incredibly respectful of Elvis, and I talked about Dan's relationship with him. There's a lot going on that you can't see or you don't understand unless you've worked with crocs for a very long time. And that is, there is a great and deep level of respect. And furthermore, Dan's watching his every move. There's cues by the way he holds his head, which angle his tail's at, if he's got both front legs set, and many other things. If we went up and, let's say, tried to give Elvis a pat on the head or a kiss, we'd be mincemeat. It's as simple as that.
All right, we might wrap it up there.
Okay, thank you everyone. Thanks for the questions. Thanks for tuning in. My heart's still pumping. I hope yours is. See you again another day.